Hello, hello. This is Laura V from Laura V Studios coming on for being divine and a little bit of a public service announcement. um, wow. Today is September 12th, 2024. Have I been on a journey for the last 4 days? It's been longer than that, but this particular piece I can like put it into this last 4 days. Just wow. I told you at the beginning of this month that I was shifting. I have quantum leaped in 2 days. Three, three. I've quantum leaped. And the reason I know this is because on day one, I'm on a 5-day coaching challenge. And it's all about learning to serve at a higher level and charging more for it. And the reason is because you know that the result that they're getting is so worth the investment. And it is true. Someone said this to me earlier this year, and I don't think I'd really understood it when he said, when you charge more, your client shows up more powerfully. And I show up more powerfully. And it's just like all of the pieces have come together and it's like, whoa. But but even it was Monday or Tuesday night, I was led to watch a couple of videos. One was Erin Doherty. Yeah, this was maybe Tuesday during the day. Yeah, Tuesday during the day before the second class, which was at 4. Okay. So during the day, I was led to Erin Doherty. I do enjoy his videos. Not all of them, but right now they're exactly what I need to hear. And he was talking about quantum leaping and manifesting. And I was like, you are so right. And then that night, and he has a meditation. And then that night, I was led to watch an interview with Erin Lyons, she worked in Wall Street before she became a professional channel. And she had to learn how to, energetically hold space for large amounts of money because she was working with $1 million clients. And you have to be in a certain energetic headspace to do that effectively. And she talked about quantum leaping through scripting. I watched that and then I did Erin's video that night and then I went to bed, meditation. And then I went to bed and oh my gosh. Because I had been facing resistance to what this coach has been saying. And last night, like the final linchpin, like got put in my way to be flicked out. Basically, it's been a lot of flicking out limiting beliefs, but it was about a refund, offering refunds, and I realized no. And you may be like, wait, what? When it's large amounts of money, you want to have a refund policy? No, I don't. And here's the reason why, which is what this whole thing is about. But I'm also going to preface this by with I will not, I will do my best to not take on a client who is not ready. And I am sure that my intuition can help me discern that. And, my coach, this coach that I'm working with, she put something on her thing. I don't always make the right decisions. I might make a mistake. And I can see that. I can see that happening. But she's like, there's a way to coach yourself through that. Because the first thing she said in day one was, when you open up to something new, to a big change, you need to coach yourself through the disruptions, through the resistance. And she kept pushing us, and I kept resisting and resisting. But I didn't quit and I didn't give up. And this is why, this is the reason behind the no refund policy for now, is because this is what I've been learning. I have been wanting to give up so many times this year. I was going to give up on the ways that I'm serving women. I was going to give up on my energy practice because there were a couple of times this summer where my energy practices were not working. They were not helping me. And I went to my mentor and said, "Hey." And he's like, "You're on the cusp of a breakthrough. Keep going." Oh my God. He's like, "When you're going through hell, keep going." And he's so right. And the reason he could say that is because he knew it. He has such a certainty because he's practiced it and because he knows it. And now I know it. I know it now that it's about resistance. If someone isn't having a result, it's one of two things. Either they're not ready or, well, are we ever ready? Well, okay, I guess that's another form of resistance, honestly. But it's resistance. And I realized this morning that all this year, since last September, maybe even early August, I have been learning how to handle resistance and in the form of fear, mainly, but in other ways too. But it's all resistance or, uncertainty. But wow. And I know the answer now. And see, the reason he could say that to me is because he had experienced that over and over. He's like, every time, every time things start to fall apart, every time things don't work like they did before, the answer was not to give up and do something else. The answer was to keep going because on the other side is something better. And I am realizing that all of this resistance that I have been facing is so much love for my higher self. My higher self just loves me so much to put this resistance in front of me. Is that resistance was there to make me stronger. I am stronger. I am more certain. I am more grounded. I am more solid because I didn't give up. I kept going. And so here's my promise to my clients. If, because this happened for me actually a few weeks ago, I did a full session with the healer and I knew we were going into something deep. I knew it. And it didn't get done in 2 hours. It wasn't enough for the first time in a year. It wasn't enough. And so he's like, I'm sorry you didn't get what you needed, and I'm available till this time tomorrow. And true to his word, um, we got on a call and in that hour, it didn't even take an hour, I'd say 45 minutes. We got it done. And so that's the thing I'm going to promise. Like, okay, if we've been working hard and you've been making progress, that's the key. You've been making progress, but you need a little more to get over this. I'm with you. I'll get it because I know we'll get there. Because I know we'll get there. And so that's my point. It's like I know we'll get there. And eventually I won't even be dealing with that. That resistance won't come up in my clients because it won't be in me. That's the other thing to know is that as you awaken, as you get stronger, as you get better at this, and you work through the resistance in you, it won't show up in your clients. I've learned that too. It won't show up in your clients once you've worked through that. So I know that, we'll handle that resistance and then it just won't even show up. It'll be like people will be like, yes, let's do this. We got this. I know that's going to happen. So that's very exciting. So resistance. But here's the thing. So here's the thing that I've learned. And this is the big lesson. It's not about my business. It's not about these new offers that I'm making. That's not what this is about. Because that's the other thing. She's like, You're not pricing based on time, based on your presence, based on their experience. You are pricing based on their results. And I'm just like, yes, yes, I know what the result is. I've seen it in my clients that I've been working with. I've seen it in me. And that's what I'm going to talk about in the next video. I don't want to like mix them up because I don't want to make this too long. But yes, but it's about the result. It's about the transformation. And I know what transformation is possible because I'm going to share my story and I'm going to share what I've been seeing in my own clients. But for now, it's it's about resistance. It's like if you are dealing with fear, okay, that's the other thing I'm going to talk about. If you are facing anger like you've never faced it before, fear, if the things that your energy work that you've been doing was working and it isn't working anymore, keep going. It'll become clear either something new will present itself or you will be doing your energy work in a new way. Because that's what I thought. I thought, oh, I guess I'm not doing this anymore. And what I was doing, it wasn't the energy work that was changing, it was the way I was doing it. Because I'm like, I just don't have any energy for this anymore, and this isn't working for me. And what do I do? And then my guides gave me new ways to work with the energy that got me to the next level, and that's what led to the shift that started in July, and that's what led to the shift this month. And it is, I'm just like, because in the beginning you're like, is this really real? Am I just like fooling myself? And it wasn't. I was seeing something. I was noticing that there had been a shift, but I was seeing something that, like I said, they told me was this month was gonna be about these energies settling in, and that's what's happening. I'm getting more mature, and I'm so grateful for that. So I'm so excited where I'm gonna be by the end of this month. I mean, it's only the 12th. It's only the 12th, and I've had quantum leaps, quantum leaps. Holy crap. Quantum leaps. It's so there. It's like Dong. Yeah. So I wanted to talk about another thing, the fear or anger. Um, because that's what was coming up for me this last weekend that was really kicking my butt, truly. I had this anger. I didn't know where it was coming from. I had this feeling that it had to do with some trauma, but honestly, that wasn't it. That wasn't it. I'm realizing that now. That wasn't it. What it was yesterday was 9/11. I have not been impacted in this way before because I haven't been at this level of energy work before. I am now understanding how more sensitive I am to the collective consciousness and what role I have to play in that. Because what I understood yesterday was that all of this anger and helplessness and powerlessness I was feeling last in the last 3 4 days was coming from 9/11. It was the lead up. And what I realized is that, yeah, I was picking up on current consciousness, but it was more like it was the remnants. It was the remnants of the event itself. And what it was this is the year. I'm so much clearer on this now. This is the year that we are cleaning up. We are cleaning up. Huge cleanup, huge cleanup on the earth and in the collective consciousness. We are cleaning up these heavy energies from past lives and wars and things that have been stuck on earth into earth. Trauma, gets stuck in our bodies. Well, trauma gets stuck in the earth. And we're doing both right now. We're cleaning up earth and we're cleaning up human consciousness. And so what I realized was this stuff was coming at me because I now have the tools to clear it, to transmute it, to move it. That I was cleaning, I'm part of the cleanup crew. I see this now. I'm part of the cleanup crew. And so the energy was moving through me to be cleared. And the problem was I was struggling and suffering because I didn't understand that it wasn't me. So I learned a lot of things like, okay, so that stuff that's coming at you isn't necessarily you. And here's why. And here's what you can do. And it was like, and this is what my friend helped me understand on Sunday was just she just held space for me so that it could move through. And I think that's the biggest gift we can give one another is hold space for one another. Find some friends or find a community group that shares your values and what you care about and participate. Create a group, create a group. So, meet together once a week, either in person or on Zoom, but don't you dare stop or think this is pointless because it's not. I learned that last night. On Tuesdays, I hold a healing circle and people didn't show up. And I have a feeling it's because of the presidential debate. But last night, I had decided that I was going to open up the community room to my little community. It's a small community, but it's a community on Wednesday nights, but I'm not going to be there. I'm not going to run it. It's just, I opened the room for them to hang out together and they loved it. Here was the thing though. I was on another call while they started, so I couldn't listen. But once the call was done, I turned on the volume to hear what they were talking about. And I heard and I noticed that there was a lady who isn't on very often was there and she needed help. And so I was just like, she's in my community. She's asking for help. I can't not help her, you know? So I said, guys, I know you're having fun talking, but I really want to ask Molly, like, do you need help? Would you like some support? So yes, please. So we did. And that's what got the whole 9/11 thing. And that helped because she was dealing with anger. She thought it was hormones. It wasn't. It was the 9/11. It's like, so we cleared it. We did a special clearing healing. And actually, I'm going to record that later today and put it on the channel here so that you can, if you need help clearing that leftover energy emotion thing. Because, yeah, it was powerlessness, helplessness, feeling out of control, feeling like controlled by others, and anger, so much anger. So, yeah, that's what came up to be cleared. But I'm learning that I can handle it, and I'm learning that I have the tools and I can use them, and I am stronger than I think. But see, I wouldn't have known that if the challenge hadn't come for me to learn that. You know, Mrs. Eddy said trials are proof of God's care. And I was like, how is that proof of God's care? And now I get it. It's not here to punish us. It's here to help us. It's here to teach us how powerful we are and what we can do. That's what these are for, not to break us, but to teach us and strengthen us and show us that we're stronger and we're more capable than we think. Yeah. Okay. I'll see you in the next video.